Well, it's great to be able to talk with one of Russia's leading America watchers, Viktoriya Zhuravleva, who is the head of the Center for North American Studies at IMEMO, Russia's largest and one of its oldest and best known think tanks. Viktoriya, just tell me first, what do Russians make of what has just happened in the United States, both how the campaign and the election went and then the result?
First of all, thank you for this invitation, for this opportunity. And when you are talking about Russians, we have Russian expert, Russian society, and Russian government, and all they are different in their emotions and they're thinking about American elections. Because for Russian society, it is something very strange is going on, because when you don't know for 3-4 days what will be, who will be the next president, it's very strange for Russians. So it is the focus of media discussion, the question whether it is democracy. So if you cannot choose your president, so why we are talking about democracy in the United States? Very in this sort, I would say, in this stream of a little bit anti-Americanism, which is unfortunately high today in Russia, at least in media Russia. Then on the level of the government, it is a sense of waiting for the new president, waiting for the results, and I would say there is a short of expectation at all. So which they are just waiting and watching, and that's all. And for the experts, it is, as an expert, I would say it is very, very, very interesting to see what is going on. It is so a picture of this divided country, which is really divided. And the results of the election show this divide is so deep, when really half of the country voted for Biden and almost half voted for Trump. And how the system can realize it and can give a result of this divide, and what will be the next elections when if it there are a lot of questions about it, whether it is a new normality for United States, whether every election would be like this, when you cannot when no candidate can be for sure a leader candidate, and you always should ask whether he will win, or we will have a situation with courts and Supreme Court, etc. And very interesting situation with Trump, with his trying to stay in White House no matter why, no matter what. And so it's like, it's like a show which is still go on and go on and go on. And at the same time, as a person, I'm really very empathic for those who voted for Biden and who now have his their dream goes realized, and really this I can feel this hope that something will change.
You mentioned
will change in the country.
Viktoriya, you mentioned the deeply divided country, but actually one issue that has brought Democrats and Republicans together over the last 3 or 4 years is Russia, right? Sanctions
Absolutely.
against Russia, condemnation of Russia, almost anything conflict with Russia, you get unity. What are expectations from Russia? How do Russians read the signals of a Biden administration potentially coming in and somehow changing policy, but also still a Republican Senate, right? So divided government. What do Russians think this will mean for them?
I think that this time, as for if we are talking about Russian government, for this time there is no expectation, and because it was there were too much of expectation 4 years ago, and then too much of disappointment. So this time they are staying calm and just waiting for the first steps. As for the experts, I would say that there is so very popular. It's a sort of a fear, that it is now Democrats in White House, and Democrats that are traditionally more focused on issues like human rights, on liberal democracy, etc. And so we should wait for something for Russian agenda will be more focused on these issues, and
so let me ask this
it would be more difficult.
The centerpiece of U.S.-Russia disagreement, at least since 2016, has been the issue of interference. On the U.S. side, of course, the allegation of Russia trying to interfere with presidential elections, congressional elections, stir up disagreements, the partisanship that you mentioned. And then the Russian side, of course, seems to believe that U.S. democracy promotion is also a kind of interference or a desire to promote color revolutions, etc. Do you feel like this election in any way calms that issue down, kind of puts the issue to bed or to rest? Or do you foresee that being a big problem in the future? And if it's a problem, what do we do about it?
I would say that it is still an issue for Democratic Party, and I wouldn't expect that they will put it away, and especially taking into consideration that Senate still will be controlled by Republican Party. So this issue of Russian interference could be one of a unity issue. So something from unity agenda, from from both party agenda, something that they could agree on.
Right.
So I would wait that it will stay in the agenda, in Russian agenda.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Viktoriya. I appreciate your quick reactions, and as little as we know, you certainly gave us a great window into what Russians are thinking and how they're watching this. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Matt.